There's a moment that happens more often than people realize. A quiet, ordinary moment that changes everything. It's not during something dramatic, not during a storm, not during a big accident. It happens in the kitchen, in the bathroom, or just walking across the room. One small slip, one misstep, and suddenly everything after that moment is different. Because what most people over 60 don't realize is this: it's not the fall that starts the problem. It's the weakening that happens silently years before it. Bones quietly losing strength, muscles slowly fading, balance becoming just a little less reliable day by day. And here's the uncomfortable truth. By the time most people notice it, they're already at risk. So let me ask you something. Have you ever felt just a little less steady than you used to, even for a second? Think about it. And if you have, just be honest. You can even write yes in the comments, because that one small feeling could be your body trying to warn you. But here's where it gets surprising. Most people believe preventing falls is about exercise, or maybe being more careful. And yes, that matters. But what most people don't realize is that what you eat every single day is quietly deciding how strong or fragile your bones really are. And this is where things change. Because today, we're going to uncover 5 powerful foods that don't just help your bones, they actively strengthen them. They improve balance, they support muscles, and most importantly, they reduce the risk of that one moment that can take away independence. But here's the catch. Not all healthy foods actually help in the way people think. Some are overrated, some are misunderstood, and some of the most powerful ones are often ignored completely. And by the end of this, you might realize something surprising about your own diet. Let's start with something simple, something most people already know, but not in the way they should. Milk. Now, when you hear about bones, the first thing that comes to mind is calcium. And for decades, milk has been the symbol of strong bones. But here's what most people don't realize. Calcium alone doesn't make bones strong. In fact, without the right support, calcium can actually become useless inside the body. And this is where things start to shift. Because your body doesn't just need calcium. It needs to absorb it, use it, lock it into your bones. And that requires a combination of nutrients working together. Still, milk and dairy like yogurt and cheese plays a crucial role. Studies have shown that older adults who maintain adequate calcium intake have better bone density and lower fracture risk. But here's where it gets interesting. Not all dairy works the same way. Fermented dairy, like yogurt, has an added advantage. It supports gut health, and your gut plays a bigger role in bone strength than most people ever realize. Because a healthy gut improves nutrient absorption. And better absorption means your body actually uses what you eat, instead of wasting it. Imagine a 68-year-old who drinks milk every day, but has poor digestion. Now imagine another person who eats yogurt, supports their gut, and absorbs nutrients efficiently. Same calcium, very different results. And this is where things change. It's not just about what you eat, it's about what your body can use. But now let's move to something even more powerful, something that most people don't associate with bones at all. Leafy green vegetables. Spinach, kale, collard greens. At first glance, they seem simple, but inside them is something critical, something often overlooked. Vitamin K. Now, what most people don't realize is that vitamin K acts like a guide. It helps direct calcium into your bones, instead of letting it float around where it doesn't belong. Without it, calcium can become inefficient. With it, your bones become stronger, more structured, more resilient. And studies have consistently shown that people with higher vitamin K intake have lower risk of fractures. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Leafy greens also contain magnesium. And magnesium plays a silent but powerful role in bone formation. It's like the foundation beneath the structure. Without it, bones can become weaker over time, even if calcium levels look fine. Now think about this. How many people over 60 actually eat enough leafy greens every day? Not many. And this is where a small daily habit can create a massive long-term difference. Just one serving a day, consistently, can shift your body in ways you won't feel immediately, but you will feel later. And this brings us to something that surprises a lot of people. Fatty fish, salmon, sardines, mackerel. Now you might be thinking, what does fish have to do with bones? But here's the part most people miss. Vitamin D. Without vitamin D, your body cannot absorb calcium effectively. It doesn't matter how much calcium you consume. If vitamin D is low, your bones are not getting what they need. And here's the concerning part. A large percentage of older adults are deficient in vitamin D, especially those who spend less time in sunlight. And this is where fatty fish becomes incredibly important. It provides a natural, powerful source of vitamin D. But that's not all. It also contains omega-3 fatty acids, which reduce inflammation. And inflammation quietly weakens bones over time. So now you're not just strengthening bones, you're protecting them. And this is where things start connecting. It's not one food, it's a system. Each food playing a role, each nutrient supporting the next. But here's where it gets even more unexpected. Let's talk about nuts. Almonds, walnuts. Now, most people think of nuts as snacks or something high in calories. But what they don't realize is nuts are packed with bone-supporting nutrients, magnesium, healthy fats, protein, all essential for maintaining bone structure and muscle strength. And muscle strength matters more than people think, because falls don't just happen from weak bones, they happen from weak balance, weak stability, weak reaction time. And stronger muscles mean better control. Better control means fewer falls. Imagine two people walking on the same uneven surface. One has strong muscles, the other doesn't. The difference in outcome can be everything. And this leads us to the final food, and this one is often underestimated. Eggs. Simple, common, but incredibly powerful. Eggs contain high-quality protein, and protein is essential for maintaining both bone and muscle health. In fact, research suggests that adequate protein intake helps preserve bone mass as we age. But here's what most people don't realize. Protein deficiency is more common in older adults than people think. Appetite decreases, meals become smaller, and over time, the body starts losing strength. Slowly, quietly, until one day it becomes noticeable. And this is where eggs become such a valuable addition. Easy to prepare, easy to digest, and packed with nutrients. Now, if you step back and look at everything we've talked about, milk and yogurt for calcium and absorption, leafy greens for vitamin K and magnesium, fatty fish for vitamin D and inflammation control, nuts for muscle and structural support, eggs for protein and strength. It starts to form a complete picture, a system, a daily approach to staying strong. But here's the deeper truth. This isn't just about bones. It's about independence. It's about being able to move freely, to walk without fear, to live without constantly worrying about what if I fall, because that fear changes how people live. It limits movement, it reduces confidence, and over time, it can shrink someone's world. But strength gives that freedom back. And the most powerful part? It doesn't require anything extreme. No complicated routines, no expensive solutions. Just consistent, small choices every day. And here's something worth thinking about. The people who stay active, strong, and independent into their 70s, 80s, even 90s, they didn't start when things got bad. They started before. They made small decisions early enough, consistently enough, that their bodies stayed ready. So now the question becomes, what will you do starting today? Will you wait until something happens? Or will you quietly start strengthening your body, one meal at a time? If even one part of this made you think differently, let me know. And if you're serious about staying strong, steady, and independent as you age, stay with this journey, because there's always more to uncover and more ways to protect what matters most. Take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live. And if this helped you even a little, share it with someone who needs it, because sometimes the smallest piece of information can prevent the biggest regret.